I don't like it.
You brought me into it.
I'm going to ask you do it one more time. Don't close it. Don't shut it. Just.
What Chevrolet stands for?
No.
No, we didn't ask you that. He's not talking to you.
You asked me to do it one more
He's
time.
talking to me to do that one more time.
Listen, I'm trying to spread some knowledge.
I understand.
All right, fine.
Are you done?
No?
Okay.
The All About Nothing podcast may have content and language that isn't appropriate for some. Listener discretion is advised. Recorded live from GOT Sound Studio in Lexington, South Carolina. I'm Ami from the Welcome to Wonderland podcast, and this is the All About Nothing podcast with Zach King, Trent Clark, and my bestie, Barrett Gruber.
Welcome to the All About Nothing podcast. I'm Barrett Gruber, joined by Zach King, Trent Clark. Thank you guys for being here.
Every time.
Hello.
It's hard to get you guys out of your house sometimes. That's
little
not
red
true.
button.
I don't know why I even said that. It wasn't even. That
I have
wasn't
to
even
come
a
from
thing.
work to the attire.
Yeah.
YouTube.
That little red button is on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to ask these things. This is an important guess.
I feel like that's just your shtick now.
I have to ask.
A little red light.
Now I'll go through my shtick, and I'm going to read it in a manner that
still
it's
hasn't recorded.
Deliverable. No, of course I haven't. Welcome, Nothingers, to the All About Nothing podcast. This is episode number 163. Please subscribe to the show. Share it also. That's how we get new listeners. Please also consider supporting us financially by visiting theallaboutnothing.com and becoming an official member and proudly calling yourself a true Nothinger. Oh, I totally thought you guys were doing something over there.
Oh, no. Don't worry about what we got
got
going
distracted.
on,
I was reading his Life Alert bracelet.
We have a bunch of membership tiers available that give you early access as well as exclusive content. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts and you think we're worth it, go ahead and give us a review and 5 stars. And if you're not on Apple, give us a review where you can. Share the episode with your family and friends. Also, follow us on Twitter at AAN_pod or Facebook, All About Nothing US, and interact. Just search for the All About Nothing podcast or visit our website for links, theallaboutnothing.com. And with that out of the way, we will get back into your regularly scheduled listening program thing.
You didn't let them know where we can find us on TikTok, Barrett.
So we're gonna get
This is very important.
and we're gonna get into that.
Trent, hold your horses.
We're gonna get into that. First of all, shout outs. Thank you, Bill Kimler. Also, thank you, Bill Kimler, for being on our first half guest last week.
dropping the lawsuit against us.
Yeah, giving me feedback on my interview with Marianne Williamson. I appreciate that. That was episode number 161. If you want to go back and listen to it,
It was a very fun episode.
Yeah, we were all there.
Oh, you're talking about not the Marianne Williamson. You're talking about last week.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm catching
that one was great.
grief. I'm catching grief for you guys not being on the Marianne Williamson interview.
You should.
Yeah.
Trent, you'll be all right.
I said I'm
mad.
catching grief. I didn't say I felt grief.
Oh, I understand. I understand what you felt.
Thank you also, John Kosis and the Columbia Fireflies, for our weekly Nothinger Firefly update. Right now, we drop that with the episodes, of course, but starting in August, we're going to have that actually as an exclusive. So if you're a paying member, you'll actually get that before the show drops, so you'll be able to listen to Fireflies update, I guess, when it's most relevant. Just my joke, I guess. Tough crowd. Also, again, voting ended on June 30th for the Best of Columbia 2023, and now we enter the limbo stage where I assume Free Time staff is calculating every single vote because they're not writing quality articles about anything, or they're just sending us all emails telling us what.
If it happens at the end of August, I can't wait that long.
And I honestly think that since we all voted online, they know exactly who won.
Like, dude, I thought I stayed up till midnight.
They know what time it is.
I stayed up till midnight and just like waiting for it to tick over and be like, "Here's the winner."
But I told y'all
Did you really?
I told y'all Reagan said it'll be like 2 weeks.
Well,
2 weeks.
So, but based on everything that I saw off of their announcements last year, it was the end of August before they actually made any announcements. Unless it's that they let the contestants know.
Well, yeah, because you're invited now to the party that they have for the winners.
And she said that there was a party.
Yes, it's 100% a party.
Oh, I love parties.
DJ Kevin Snow DJ'd it last year.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully,
the best DJ in Columbia should be the one DJing it. Trent, come on.
I was up against Kevin Snow again this year, so it's a tight race.
I feel like you're selling yourself short.
It's a tight race.
Did y'all know John Kosis was up for Best Broadcaster?
No.
I had no idea.
And I know he felt some type of way with you not announcing him, didn't he?
Well, so
Hey, Barrett.
I happened to.
Did you forget?
I texted him and I was like, "Hey, did you know you were nominated for this?" And he was like, "Yeah, I thought you knew." And I said,
We would have promoted the shit out of you, John.
"Yeah, I literally only went to that category mostly for DJ and best place for a drag show and then the podcast."
I didn't get sucked into the voting.
Voting for everybody?
No, I couldn't.
It's hard.
It's a lot. It was a lot.
So many.
And then I found out by looking at who was nominated, especially for like best local podcast. I saw that that Pursuit, what is it, Profits Over whatever, they paid for an exclusive on that. They had a little banner on there that they paid for.
I told you that's how they're getting it.
I called and I sent emails to the Free Times and the Post and Courier.
I think you probably got to do it before the voting.
Well, they're not going to hang out at Comic-Con, so
yeah. I'm just
well, we don't see them at Comic-Con. They're really not competition.
what are you
fair.
doing?
That's fair. Okay, so I do want to welcome to the show with nearly 60,000 followers as of this recording and more than 1.6 million likes. This individual clearly has created a platform for himself on TikTok. Please welcome to the show, Cody Hughes, aka
Welcome, Cody.
the Cody
Thank you all very
Hughes.
much. I'm so excited to be here.
No,
Absolutely. We're glad to have you.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're very excited to have you here too. So I guess my first question is how like what do you know what you did to bring about, as far as I'm concerned, 60,000 followers is like celebrity status.
Because I have 75 and I'm funny. I mean, I am funny.
7,500?
75, bro. Not even.
Oh,
no.
okay.
We were talking 2 digits.
Oh, 75 is what
Yeah.
you were saying. Oh, okay.
Totals.
Or maybe even a better question would be, what was your first viral video that went crazy?
Yeah, that's a
on
good
TikTok?
question.
Honestly, when TikTok first started, my cousin got me into it, and I was like, I just want to have more followers than you.
No, that's fair.
So then I just started posting, and then I took this big creator. He made a video, and then I literally took it word for word and just posted me in my video, and it hit over 1 million, and then it skyrocketed. I really stopped doing TikTok for a year or two after that, and then got back on here and there, and then now I'm trying to get really back into it. So, yeah.
What changes when you get like the 1 million views go on? Like, do people reach out? Do followers start piling on? What
A
happens?
lot of followers come.
Yeah.
A lot of followers come. I just had one to go viral with my cat, actually, and it's like
Was that-
climbing to like 600K right now or something like that.
Oh, really?
Views.
Yeah.
And then
That wasn't the recent one where the cat was playing with your. Yeah.
yeah, with
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
like
First
I
of
was
all,
like,
Hold on, you gotta
my
finish
cat
this
was like
conversation.
laying on me and it was grabbing me like right.
Oh,
here.
your boob.
It was
Okay,
grabbing- it was
okay. 'Cause
grabbing-
I didn't know where you was talking. Barrett just
I was
stopped
like,
talking. I
Stop
was
grabbing,
like, what is he
I was
talking?
like, stop grabbing my boob, you lesbian. Are you a lesbian?
but what was really funny was like there was a video before that. Were these recent or was
Oh, all of mine are just
okay?
right off the bat.
So the one that I saw before that was the cat staring at him, and he was like, he wants to climb in my lap. He wants to get on me, and he he keeps
just
going
like
to the cat,
My face.
and the cat just has that stare. And I laughed hysterically at that one because I was like, oh yeah, that's a cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you know you're owned.
So did you start making money off your videos? Did you get into that? Or did you kind of like...
I got to the point where I could do the creator fund on TikTok. I did that, but it's like a penny to 4 cents.
Correct. It's like
1,000
YouTube.
views.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really make a whole lot off of there. Not even enough to make like bills, you know.
I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
have any really sponsorships other than like this cologne perfume candle company.
Okay.
They're a dossier and they like sponsor me, send me any free products that I want.
Nice.
And then they pay me to post the videos for them too.
that's very
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
How so? Do they give you sort of a script or anything like that? Okay, or if this is inside information,
They
that we-
just let me run free with it.
Okay.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. I
And
feel like
they're
that's the
just
best
like,
way
we
to
love it.
advertise. Is
Yeah.
to just freely do it and don't make it seem forceful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you have to create something funny out of it though? Like,
I try.
Yeah.
I try my best.
Yeah.
But, you know, I try multiple videos for like them, like brand deals and stuff like that, obviously. But other than that, I just record and post.
do they have any sort of like, as far as like, do they have any limitations on what you can say, or do they?
Some that I've worked with do. And
Yeah.
there's this thing on TikTok, it's like Creator Marketplace, where you can go in and brands will like have their, I guess, like like a job application almost.
Okay.
And then you go in, fill it out. They tell you how much, and it's like negotiable, non-negotiable. Some of them have like descriptions where they give you what you need to say about this product. These certain words you got to say in the video.
Yeah.
Only like no more than half of your video can be a screen recording. If it's like a mobile game or something like that.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
And see, we will never figure out what that's like. Like you're talking about like the back secret pages.
Yes, get them right. You got to speak it into existence, sir. Stop doubting us, man.
Listen, I told you how funny I am.
You're at 75 today. You might be at 80 tomorrow.
Listen, the first time we got on TikTok, right? I was like, Barrett, have you been on TikTok? And he was like, what's TikTok? And I was like, come on, Barrett. And so we got on there.
That's fair. That's a good impression too.
I tried really hard to make a funny video, and I did. I think it got like 5,000 views.
Here we go.
Mostly.
Here we go.
Barrett, being the curmudgeon old man he is, puts a video recorded from his security camera of him mowing the lawn in the Home Depot, going like bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam.
Get the little Home Depot thing sound.
Oh my God, it just blew up like thousands of likes. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
You don't know by YouTube that people love cutting grass videos?
I'm telling you.
They love it.
So I've got a secret, and I'll cut you in on it. I'm not talking to them.
Okay,
my
we'll
sister owns a farm, and she has a bunch of cute pigs and stuff. And I'm like, listen, you're taking all these Instagram pictures and videos. That's fine. Let's be TikTok millionaires and just put cute pigs getting wet while they drink their food and stuff.
Oh, so you're gonna get some pigs wet?
It would happen.
It was raining.
That would blow up.
People
like it. A whole lot of people are talking now about the TikToks of the dude. He just started like a week or two ago of his channel on TikTok, and it's literally just rolling glass bottles of stuff.
Oh, I've seen
down the stairs.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're saying this man is making millions already.
Correct. Just different bottles and breaking them.
I think I saw like a one of his was all of the bottles that he just drops down the stairs. Like he just rolls down the stairs.
It's amazing.
We're talking about the same guy, right?
Yeah.
People eat that up.
I am astounded that
because they want to see if the glass is gonna break. So we're like,
and then people stitch and do edits, being like adding their own commentary.
Yeah.
Like,
Correct.
I think this one's gonna break. That was a flop.
It has to be like a security guard clocking off of work in a Capitol somewhere with these marble staircases.
or a rich
Like,
person,
I'm gonna go upstairs where no one goes and start rolling shit down the stairs. So if
or
you hear
somebody
a
that
glass
still
breaking,
lives,
it's me.
somebody that still lives with their mom, and that's their upstairs
The bougie
bedroom.
stairs,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
those are
like-
bougie stairs,
Like,
man.
marble stairs.
Yeah, that's dope.
Go to take your trash out. You're like,
Oh my
they're
God.
out there rolling bottles again.
Listen, the guy's blowing up. Leave him.
Yeah, man, you gotta respect it, man. That's just like the other video. What's some other videos? The
guy-
ASMR
The,
stuff.
the dude who goes,
crazy.
what? No way.
I love that guy. Though.
Oh yeah.
Like every time I see one of his video comes up, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna learn something here.
Or the dude that goes, that white dude.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll be damned. After 40 years, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Southern Grandpa.
I haven't seen the Ginger Billy guy on very much recently.
I don't know,
The
man.
guy from the upstate.
We got to check on him.
I don't really think he's all that funny.
No, well, yeah, but
He might have got arrested because of what he did to his truck.
he
Turned it into
turned it into a lawnmower.
ambulance,
Yeah.
fire truck, lawnmower.
Do you know who we're talking about? So
It's like a
Ginger
really
Billy?
buff
He-
ginger dude.
yeah, and he's got like a big red beard and
He's a nurse too.
but all he does he's just over the top and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, he's very much just like Schwarzenegger and a ginger and Larry the Cable Guy got together and made a guy.
that's
exactly
fair.
what it is.
That's fair.
That's exactly what it is.
That's fair. I don't know how much of your time you spend thinking about the three of them together, but
It's
that's,
like Jeff Foxworthy and a ginger guy.
You forgot to add Carrot Top because
Carrot Top.
the new
Yeah,
Carrot
we'll
Top
do
is like
Carrot
buff
Top.
now.
That's fair enough.
You know what I mean?
so I have to ask because assuming that that every video you post gets comments, do you go through and read all of the comments that get posted?
I try to read them all.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, that's awesome. I would too. I
People
absolutely.
say don't look at your comments, but I'm like, I don't care.
Like it's come to a point though, whenever people are starting to be mean.
I love
but this is what it does to people's psyche. Is like it messes you up because you only look for the negative comments
Well, see,
sometimes because they stick out a little bit more.
That's what you look for though.
I eat that shit up.
Do you?
I
But
eat
see,
it
you
up.
can give CPR to a puppy and somebody be like, doing it wrong, dumbass.
Fair point. Fair point. I got into a back and forth today on our YouTube channel with
Really,
with-
Barrett?
Yeah, going. We went
When you
back.
showed it to me, I was like, oh, Jesus.
We went back and forth. Basically, it's this woman who is very pro-life, and she made comments about she made it sound as though I was being chauvinistic for thinking that women should have a choice as to what they do with their body.
Right.
And I was trying to very simply but friendly in a friendly manner point out that what she's describing is fascism, and what I'm trying to promote is feminism, and she just wouldn't have it. It was.
Yeah, they can be mean in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a point where you just give up on the comment? Like have there been conversations where you've gone into you've
dark hole.
exasperated yourself on?
Well, like today even I can speak on with that one of the cat that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
People are now catching that video and they're commenting, "Oh, well, you need to stop trying to use I forget the acronym. It's like AAVE or something like that.
Yeah.
To try to be funny." But I was not putting on a show. That's literally just me.
Yeah.
No,
Doing what
I
you're
Like,
doing.
you can't tell me that, and I'm
Yeah.
commenting back. I'm like, you're reaching so hard.
okay. See, that's good. See, my response would have been I probably would have been like, I'm not sure you know what that means. Like
Treat it like a joke.
yeah.
You do got to treat it like a joke.
I bet the best disarm is just like their comment. And they're like,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Or hit him with the K. Just hit him with just one K. And, they'd be like, oh.
disarm them. They're like, he's not so bad. You got a follower today.
I'm just like, most of the time I'm like, but thanks for the comment. You're boosting my video.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because
Share it with other bigots. Thanks.
that's how TikTok works. Is that so? Comments and reposts and share that basically drives more content directly to you. Even if I repost something you did, ultimately they see that I reposted it, but it drives it
it's
right
my
back to
video
you.
That's popping up.
Correct.
And then it's gonna be you at the bottom saying blah blah blah. Reposted this.
Yeah. So again, on TikTok. See, you did that to me.
He did. You did it
Great
to
for
yourself,
fresh
brother.
breath.
Yeah, on TikTok, Cody is the Cody Hughes. So if you haven't seen his videos, I find that hard to believe because it's like I hadn't even followed you yet, but as soon as you messaged me, it was
All the videos
all
popped
of your
up.
I feel
videos
like
started
that's how it
popping
works.
off.
Just like when people are like, your phone's listening to you.
Oh,
They know what apps you're on, whatever you're doing.
Correct.
it's a little disturbing. So
So with the 60,000 followers from TikTok, I know the groupies are coming in for you, Cody. Man, they're coming in, swinging in hard. How's those DMs going, man? You all right?
Handling it pretty good right now.
Okay, okay. The South Carolina girls treating you nice, man. Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure, man. Want to make sure we got to check on your mental health.
So just to point it out, Josh, his significant other, is sitting over in the corner, and I just want to
Didn't know.
I want
You
to
gotta let people know these things. Barrett.
I want to ask Josh off. I want to ask Josh off camera. Has it created a situation where his head is so big that like he orders you around the house or?
Yeah, absolutely not. And it only ever comes into like a problem because we're very different.
Sure.
I'm much of a very more private person. I don't use TikTok like that. I don't do YouTube. The only thing I have is a Snapchat. So I'm like, I don't want me cooking grits in my underwear. And this is kind of where we meet too, because I work in a medical profession.
Sure.
So
Okay.
someone
Yeah.
sees me online, and then they come in. It can create a conflict of interest, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's just weird.
Makes sense.
So
See, pre-production is very important, Barrett.
we're gonna
I should have known this.
Did you know
that?
Beating the girls off.
How did you know?
left and right.
Did he tell you?
No.
Did you watch his TikTok?
Oh, that wasn't the point of it. I was trying to get his. That wasn't
Pre-production, man. God
That wasn't-
damn it. I seem like an asshole.
just to point out.
All good.
Trent's gaydar is as bad as mine
Oh yeah, and I do drag shows.
because frankly
You've dulled it. That's what you've done.
because frankly it's not a situation where I'm constantly like
I just don't give
I
a
don't think
damn.
about
I
it.
don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. What
It's-
people want to do is what people want to do.
No, it's I mean ultimately
I've had so many people come to me and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were." Like
You-
I don't try to.
you-
Yeah, you're like it's not
make
the, it's
that my
not the forefront.
personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that. Yeah.
I mean, no offense, but neither you or your partner is like I do drag shows, and it's feminine guys, and then it's guys that's a little bit straighter, but they you know what I'm saying, they're still gay. So I don't get that from you. I couldn't like either one of y'all. I couldn't tell off the jump.
Well, now
You
when
get
you
what I mean?
go out and do a drag brunch or something like that,
Correct.
there you're gonna see me in a crop top.
Okay.
there you go.
Shorts.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm ready.
All the
Josh is laughing.
Hey, look, you gotta come. You gotta come Sunday, then, man. Sunday, you gotta come to the. Since y'all new to town, y'all gotta come to the show. We'll
It's
treat
very
y'all
fun.
nice. It's very fun show, man. You'll love it. I DJ. It starts around 12 o'clock, ends around like 4 maybe, but yeah.
They made us do the
You'll love it.
straight guy dance.
Straight guy walk.
Straight guy
Straight
walk.
guy
That's
walk.
what it was.
I just want to show you guys this video that just exploded. This is
Hand off my titty, you lesbian. Don't be gripping my tit harder. Get your hand off of it, lesbian. Are you a lesbian? Your gun pink. Get your hand off my titty, you lesbian.
I mean, it's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's how your video was. It was simple.
It's
And you
always
just
the ones
stopped
you
doing
don't.
simple videos.
did I? Oh, you're right. Yeah.
You started off simple. If you would have been cutting your grass every week that summer, you would have been famous on TikTok just for cutting grass.
So here's the thing: I do cut my grass.
But you
every
don't-
summer.
you don't-
I
you don't
post
tape-
it.
you don't
I don't
post
post it
it.
every time. Well, yeah, because
Because why? He has no excuse. He still
I did-
posts it, so you
look,
have no excuse.
I caught shade from somebody on the show.
Because he was mad. He really tried to do like a whole like acting in his video, and all you did was cut grass.
Oh, dude, pull mine up. I had to lip sync everything. It was ridiculous.
It's hard sometimes.
It's very hard. Especially
very
it was a
hard.
whole monologue.
Yeah. The people that do the lip singing on TikTok, man. Hey, look, y'all got it because it's hard to catch that.
This is the
So
other.
hard.
This is the other one that I just thought was hysterical. This is.
So bad.
Look at that disdain.
Come on. Come on.
The cat is like.
What is her name?
Greg.
Greg.
It's a boy.
See, you screwed up.
See, you messed
It's a
up
girl?
too.
He says it's a boy. I say it's a girl.
Okay.
I think there's a way.
Whatever you want to.
Their name
There's
is
a
Greg.
story
We're done.
behind that.
This
That's
might,
there.
This might be an old wives' tale, but I think if a cat has more than 3 colors in its face, ultimately that's a female. And then-
Really?
Yeah, I think. No,
Never heard
that
that
may be a
shit.
old wives' tale.
It might be an old white tail.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's like.
Did I ever tell you about the old white
paint,
tail where the guy owned a plantation? Oh, no.
No, I'm about to say.
the
About to say,
can
where is
of-
this gonna go, Barrett?
That's a whole can of paint.
just got
and,
out of
I don't know you from Adam's cat.
Yeah, from Adam's cat.
Yeah.
So, are there any specific topics as far as like what you do on TikTok? Is there anything that you avoid?
I can't say I try to avoid really
Okay.
anything except for the obvious, like being racist, being
Yeah, sure.
anything
Yeah.
like,
Just like Barrett was
that.
trying to be
Yeah.
just now.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
we're just talking about deer, white-tailed deer.
Wait till they take your mowing video down.
He be pissed.
We're going to report it right now.
I'm gonna start doing my mowing videos shirtless. That's what.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
you
start
need to
doing.
do.
Oh,
Just get
gross.
the back shots. All we want to
Nobody-
see is back hair.
Oh,
Just a thumbs down button like YouTube. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, TikTok might ban you for that.
That's entirely possible. That is entirely possible.
They take down videos and suspend for the wildest reasons.
Yeah,
And
what
will not-
what have
will
you
not
got a
give
video
you
taken down
reason.
for from on TikTok for? And what did they tell you it was for? And you was like, ain't no way.
I've been banned, suspended, taken down
really?
so many times.
Yeah, I've had mine
I've
taken down.
been on the verge of like having a little breakdown
Dang.
because I think all my account is gone forever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
But then it's just like random stuff. Like sometimes when I'll respond back to a content or a comment with a video,
Yeah.
you know, you can do that on TikTok.
Yeah.
I guess the person who made the first hate comment
Mm.
goes and reports it for like harassment and bullying is what I mostly get taken down for.
Mm.
But I'm not harassing or bullying. I'm just giving my opinion.
Exactly.
Which is what they probably did too,
It's
right?
what they want to do. So
That has
I
to
can give
exactly
mine.
be it. That's it. Someone just being sad. And
I've posted I've posted a few videos that were fairly political as far as like I stitched onto somebody else and then I'd get a comment like, you know, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Well, here's the technicality. I didn't talk. I just reacted. So,
Yeah.
you know,
going
Exactly.
Like you and your friend don't know what y'all talking about. Well, technically, I didn't say anything.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't even know him.
Yeah, I didn't know him. He's not my friend.
all I did was just do this the whole time. Like, I see a lot of those videos, and those ones explode. Like those.
Or the what's the black guy that wears like the hair bonnet? He has a hair bonnet, and all he does is watches like car videos of like them crashing or seeing if they can make it through stuff. He's
I
like,
know what
"Oh,
you're
that's
talking
gonna
about.
make it."
And it's like Earth gravity.
Yeah. Oh, he goes crazy, and all he does is react to videos, and he's like, "Come on, Jupe. Come on, Jupe."
Have you seen the black guy that's up in? I want to say he's either in like North Carolina or South Carolina, like up near Greensville. But he always starts his TikToks with "Hi, good morning," and then he gives you like facts about. He's fantastic.
But it's another guy that's out now that's giving like animal facts now, and I think this guy's better than Steve Irwin because he tells me stuff about sharks I never knew.
Really?
Yeah.
I like.
Tell me how to kill him, and we're fine here.
I like Creepy Dave. Have you seen Creepy Dave
the
videos?
vulture.
Yeah.
That's a Creepy Dave.
The dude who does the what are they cooking? He's looking through the blinds and people like cooking video, just cooking a orange shit, and he's like, "Oh my mercy, my guts are bubbling."
Yeah.
He kills me.
He does. He's like, "Are you putting corn in the?"
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Well, that's like the Chef Reacts guy. The guy he lives in Oakland.
Oh, yeah, that
and,
dude's awesome.
He's he does really well, but just reacting to watching people cook. So I'm astounded at how simple it seems to be, but there's still effort behind it. Like,
Correct.
I'd say once you find like your niche, what you know your followers like,
Yeah.
after you post so many videos, then you know what you can go back and look through the ones you're like, okay, well these did well, so I'm gonna do something similar to this this
Yeah.
time. But I can take an hour editing a video and
yeah.
then just one take one, and the one take one's gonna go viral.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So let me ask
Just like
you
that.
the
What happened to you, man?
What did I go viral for?
Well, you didn't. That's
Am
the
I
point.
missing a paycheck?
That's the point. You didn't go viral. He went viral.
I tried so fucking hard. I'm telling you. There's like
That's the problem.
there's no app more than TikTok that makes me feel like an old person when I use it because like I'm just like
Facebook? For real?
Facebook's easy.
Facebook makes you feel pretty old.
Old people use it. I'm talking about me not being able to understand it.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I want to cut like in Final Cut, but it doesn't work the same. And I'm just like,
I can see that.
hand it to my wife. Cut this like, you fucked it up. Give it back.
I'll say this: the simplicity of TikTok. So the difference between Facebook and TikTok. Facebook makes me question why this planet still exists.
Exactly that,
like
yes.
why haven't aliens gotten a hold of our Facebook and like decided, well, they tried.
Yeah,
It's because they're
that's
like,
it.
we don't really need to kill them because they're killing themselves on Facebook and then telling us what they're doing on Facebook
That's fair.
about it.
Yeah, when I look at Facebook, I'm just like, dude,
It's all venting.
Weak.
It's all venting.
But-
Yeah.
It's all venting.
But like I watch TikTok videos, and I guess it's just because my algorithm works.
We have a whole show based around TikTok as well outside of this one.
Yeah, we're
you
gonna.
told- okay.
He doesn't know it, but he's definitely gonna get invited.
You have to be.
Yeah,
You're
he really-
a TikTok professional. You have to come.
But like
I'm not on that show. You know. They don't like black people on that show.
Oh my God. No, we had to do it with a woman so people know that we're inclusive.
Inclusive. I see what you're doing. But she wasn't a black woman.
hey,
Damn it.
we're gonna talk about it.
She's
in the
He's
redheaded.
right. He's right.
we're gonna talk about it in the second half. Supreme Court struck down affirmative action. We don't have to.
And
be,
they shut down them student loans that y'all thought was going to go through.
We'll talk about that.
That default's gonna stick now.
So I guess I want to ask, how is it that when you interact with people on TikTok, do you find that you have to separate yourself, like this is who I am on TikTok? Like, does it ever bleed over into your regular life?
I'd say I try to be the same person on and offline.
Okay.
I do try to keep like online separate. Like when I'm filming stuff, I try not to include so much information about my personal life.
Yeah.
whereas he doesn't like it, So I'm going to try to respect that, and I don't want all of my business being out there.
Correct.
You know?
Your mom seems to like showing up in the background.
Oh yeah, I love my mom. My mom is the best mom.
Mama's boy.
Josh was like, yeah.
Does she?
I'm a mama's boy too.
Does she?
He knows she's the best mom.
Does she have a TikTok yet?
Yeah, she does.
What is her TikTok?
Oh, are you blowing
No,
her up?
please, no. Promote it. No, put it out
He
there.
don't know about heart. He's like, I don't know my mom's
So-
TikTok about
She
heart.
doesn't do TikTok.
Just to repeat, it's at the Cody Hughes on TikTok.
How old's your mom? Because secretly Bear is trying to get her TikTok so he can shoot a shot.
I think she's like 52.
Oh, Barrett, that's right up your age.
Wait, your mom's 52?
I'm pretty sure.
Look at Barrett. It's like, damn, it's a chance.
Oldness setting in. Quit making TikTok.
Yeah, no, it's
Last
purely,
week it was Marianne. This week it's somebody else's mom.
it's purely the recognition that I do the math. 52 and 45 are not that far apart.
Not that far apart, man.
No,
Yeah.
Barrett was going after Marianne Williamson.
Yeah.
And then he saw her with Russell Brand, and then
He got pissed.
I got to go back
what
and
I'm
watch that. I got to go back and watch that.
who
interview.
can withstand the charm of Russell Brand? I mean, I can't. I'm like, yes, Russell Brand, you're so funny. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, love it. Giving it to the Greek, love it. Love Russell Brand. He's so funny.
He's got his mom.
I'm
spot.
pretty sure this is her TikTok.
All right.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
what do you
Somebody
mean?
just
You
made
about to
a
just
fake
give
account.
somebody
Well,
random?
It's got a video of me on there, and I don't know that
you
she's
better
ever
hope.
posted a TikTok.
Oh.
Oh, no.
So
It says we're friends.
so hold on.
That's what happens when you
All
got a lot of followers.
So
What I'm saying.
So-
You don't know when your mom's following you.
Lost track.
before we take a break, I just want to check. So your mom has a TikTok.
Yes.
She hasn't posted anything
Nope.
except potentially a video.
One
of
video.
you.
There's one
Video
there.
of me.
There's one there.
Does that feel like a violation at all?
I feel like
But
if
it says
anything-
it's from me,
Oh,
Okay.
but it's not my account.
Okay. Okay.
Katrina Wilson,
Okay.
523.
is that
523.
okay?
Go
Katrina
check it out.
Wilson.
Everyone else be
523.
the judge.
At Katrina
Everybody
Wilson.
else be
523.
Slide in the DMs.
So
Your mom's gonna kill you.
Bear's gonna be in those DMs by the end of the night, man. I'm trying to tell you. Wow. Shooting
Watch
shots.
out. We gotta
When
watch
did
out
Barrett
for
become
Brian.
a slinky creep? I don't know what you're trying to portray.
I was gonna say it's really kind of awkward.
Well, it all started with Marianne the other week whenever you was like, yeah, you don't look 70.
That was a fact.
That was all I said. I just said
Nah,
you
that ain't
don't
all
look
you-
70.
And then she commented you back. She was like, well, you don't look your age
no,
either.
no, that's not what she said.
He got on that lovey-dovey shit. I mean, lovely shit.
Look, I'm trying to form a connection.
Sorry. For form a connection. Sorry.
Anyway.
Okay.
So last question I'll ask before we go to break. What suggestions do you have for us on our TikTok to potentially pull in more videos?
I would say just
Videos, followers.
Followers. I would just say post.
Yeah.
Anything you think is funny, even if you don't think it's funny, just post it. Because you can always take it down later if it can get 5 views,
Yeah.
5 likes. You can always delete it or just put it where you can only see it.
All right.
I've considered something that I think would be funny would be recording like a office style confessional or like, the Jersey Store confessional where I'm talking
He
about.
would say Jersey Shore.
Well, that's the original.
Yeah, dude, he lost me.
That's the original
Office was
confession.
fine. I was following him.
He's a Jay Wow fan. He's not a Snooki fan.
love-
He met Jay Wow
Yeah.
at
I love
Disney,
Jersey
At
Shore.
Disney World.
wearing a goofy hat.
Well, she wasn't wearing a goofy.
And sweatpants. Pink sweatpants, right?
She was dressed down.
Yeah.
I would just.
She was at Disney World.
He's like, Jay, can I say wow? She's like, God damn it. Just gets in the van.
Did I tell you exactly?
Your age.
Yeah. I think she's 35.
Do you?
Nah, she's like 45 now, buddy.
No.
Do you like 58-year-old men?
Oh, see, y'all make it weird.
Nah, man, we ain't making it weird. My bad.
I'll tell you the story. So basically, it was early in the morning. We were going to Hollywood Studios, and because we were staying on a resort, we got to go in an hour before open, whatever. And we were going specifically to ride the new Star Wars ride. And we're walking through the lobby of the resort we were staying at. And as we're walking through the lobby, my wife looks over and she goes, she's holding her phone like this, and I could tell she's not taking a picture of herself. She's trying to take a picture of somebody behind her. And so we get out into the bus line, and she's like, look at that. And I go, what? She goes, look, do you see who that is? And I go, where? I said, first of all, it was the blurriest picture I've ever seen. So there's no way I was going to be able to tell. I said, you're talking about the person over your shoulder? She goes, yeah. And she goes, I think that's JWoww from the Jersey Shore. I was like, really? And then she points over and there's
It's like I'm gonna check her Twitter.
She's here.
There's
Disney World.
Yeah, well, there's a
I
woman
see your pin.
standing over in the VIP pickup line. Like she's standing over there. So I'm like,
Oh, so you weren't in VIP?
no.
Oh,
You
come
can
on,
get
man.
I paid enough for Disney.
That's true.
Literally.
So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna walk over and ask. And she's like, yo, you can't do that. I go, no, I'll just.
like,
There are
yeah, you
people.
can. They're
She's,
just
do that.
She's out
Yeah.
in public. There's
Let him finish his video. Let him, because it's the weirdest story ever.
so I get out of line and I walk over and I said, excuse me. I said, are you Jenny from Jersey Shore? She just looked up and she was like, yeah. And I go, my wife and I are huge fans. And she would have walked over and said hello, but she nervous, whatever, celebrities and whatever. And I said, so she shook my hand and that was it.
He didn't even ask for a picture.
I didn't ask for a picture.
Hey,
I feel
are
like
you
that-
JWoww?
I would still ask for a picture.
Yeah, if you're going to walk over there, what are you going over there for?
And legitimately, you're right. I should have.
Get your ass out the van. No, come on.
He was too starstruck.
Yes, he was starstruck.
I'll be honest. I don't really get starstruck. That's not a.
That's one that got you
JWoww
that.
did it?
I don't think that I experienced that. Actually, I was more concerned like that she had like a whole group of people with her, and that was her kids were there, and that was so it was. That's why I didn't ask for a picture because I was
There. Anybody I see famous that I like Desus and Mero. I seen him at Myrtle Beach.
I had no problem
seen-
standing up and asking Michael Harris
for a picture.
Jr.'s Michael Harris II's.
Yeah, you asked his mother for a picture. You didn't ask JWoww for a picture?
Barry
I'm
worked at a
surprised.
radio station. He had to escort Leonardo DiCaprio out of the radio station.
Yeah. Like bully him out. Like, get up out of here type.
No, I was asked
Yes.
to. I was asked to. Me and another worker there were asked.
Get out!
There's not enough room on
outta
this
here.
booth.
Get out of here, Arnie.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back after that. After this, Cody is going to stick around with us. We'll do another half hour here, and we'll actually involve you in some of the things we talk about on the show normally. So,
Yeah, hopefully we will.
make sure to check out on TikTok the Cody Hughes, and we have links and everything in our show notes, so you can follow him there. This is the All About Nothing podcast.
Hi fellas, this is Prasad Parab from Amchi, Mumbai, India. You're listening to Barrett, Zach and Trent on the All About Nothing podcast.
All right, welcome back to the All About Nothing podcast. Barry Gruber, Zach King, Trent Clark, not in that order. We are accompanied by the Cody Hughes, TikTok star. Don't act like you're not.
Come on, man.
Oh, you hear the people in the background. I know you hear them.
Yeah, sure.
Your checks are in the mail.
So just to we have a couple topics, and it's mostly about the Supreme Court from last week, I guess. So firstly, the student loan forgiveness got denied, and which you seemed really excited over the fact because we thought that it might potentially go through, but
I knew it wasn't going
you
through.
knew it wasn't.
I have
going
like
through.
$4,000 left. Don't be fuckers.
But I knew it wasn't going through. I mean, come on, man. Like,
No, yeah, you can't be happy in America anymore.
Just to give everybody a synopsis of what occurred, the Supreme Court rendered a decision of the Biden administration to enact a special process that would have forgiven up to $10,000 and $20,000 for federal student loans under the COVID relief. They denied this. So the court decided that it was unlawful for student loans to be forgiven. And of course, my opinion is all student loans should be forgiven. They should all be converted into a grant, and then basically just like the PPP loans, be forgiven in that situation. So basically, what the Supreme Court's decision was that they denied it under the Biden administration's rule because they said that it shouldn't have been attached to the the COVID pandemic. They shouldn't have used it as an excuse to
why
try
not?
and.
Because people couldn't go to school.
But that's what I'm saying. The Supreme Court decided that because of the way that the Biden administration tried to handle it, that they shouldn't have done it that way.
Wait, so are you saying there's a chance, Harry?
My suggestion would have been they should that for these federal student loans is that they should just they should have just converted them over to a grant and then potentially would have just forgiven them the same way that they forgave the PPP loans. And the reason I bring up the PPP loans is because a lot of the people that were against the idea of student loan forgiveness are the same people that took PPP loans and they were ultimately forgiven. And with that, I know that this is potentially going to cause a stink, but I'm just going to mention some of the companies that did receive PPP loans that were forgiven that I know are individuals that
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
And if you miss people, I'll make sure I'll tell you who else did it too.
The first one I'm going to mention is my former employer, Benefit First, who took $1.5 million in loans, said that it was all going to go for payroll.
Zach's like, I'm still employed.
Zach's not a part of this. He didn't know. But they were forgiven under the PPP loan, and I know for a fact, based on conversations with some of the leadership that I worked for.
And y'all working from home, right?
So some of the leadership that I worked for, they were very adamantly against the idea of any sort of social assistance for anybody.
Okay.
And at the time, didn't even admit that they had taken a PPP loan, that was corporate welfare, and they would never subject themselves to that. Full of shit, whatever.
Okay.
Representative Matt Gaetz, an alleged child sex trafficker.
Yeah, when I don't have a job come Monday, I'm going to punch Barrett right in the face.
I'm about to say, Barry, you got
Representative
still employed by him, man. He's still employed.
Come on, Cody. What the fuck? How do I do this?
Matt Gaetz, a shareholder in a Pensacola, Florida-based Caregivers Incorporated, they received $475,000, almost $476,000 in payroll protection program loan. They were forgiven. Before taking office in 2021, Marjorie Taylor Greene and her husband, Perry Greene, bought Taylor Commercial Incorporated, a construction business owned by her family in Alpharetta, Georgia. The company took out $182,000 in PPP loan.
I wouldn't get anything built by her fucking company.
Yeah, why would no? Absolutely not. Representative Gregory Pence of Indiana, brother to former Vice President Mike Pence, owned 2 antique malls in Indiana, organized under the Pence Group LLC. They received $79,000 in PPP loan, which doesn't sound like much compared to others. But still, it was
$79,000.
It was a loan that was converted into a grant, and then it was forgiven.
Right, if we would have started cutting checks back in 2019 for this show. Got that PPP, baby?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You technically needed it because
we wouldn't be talking about none of this.
That would have helped us pay for. That would have helped us pay for Zoom.
I am not a hypocrite. I would fully acknowledge that I took that. You know that.
Oh, you did it too?
I'm saying that if I had, I would have acknowledged it. I would have said, yeah, we took the loan, we paid our payroll, and it was turned into a grant. We appreciate
it was like $50.
We appreciate the social outreach of the federal government in this situation.
But honestly, are you mad that we didn't do it? Because I sit back and I think like now that damn, we all should have just did it.
So we would have had to prove that prior to this, we were
Barry,
already.
I know a lot of people that didn't prove that.
I'm uncomfortable.
Our checks would have
taken like down for it.
Oh yeah,
like, down on all this money.
Yeah.
We would have been like the checks. The paper was worth more than loan.
Yeah.
Give it to us on the check.
Car dealership in Florida. Representative Vern Buchanan, representative from Florida. He before he took office in 2021, he also took in loans from the COVID era program. Sarasota 500 LLC, which operates Sarasota Ford in Florida, received $2.3 million. Nissan of Elizabeth City in North Carolina got $384,000. So the government forgave both loans for a combined $2.6 million. KTAK Corporation, a restaurant management company owned by Representative Kevin Hearn of Oklahoma, also had a $1.7 million loan that was forgiven. Representative Roger Williams of Texas owns a car dealership through the JRW Corporation in Fort Worth that received $1.4 million loan that was forgiven. And the last one that I have is Trace Die Cast, a Bowling Green company founded by father of Representative Brett Guthrie of Kentucky, received $4.3 million that was forgiven.
And old slimy Ted Cruz wasn't on that list because it was business as usual for him. He's like, I'm good, you can't feed my family.
So these are just a few of the billions upon billions of dollars. Sorry, I had something flying on me. Billions and billions of dollars that were handed out and then forgiven. So just to put that into perspective, does anybody know how much money is currently indebted to the federal education for student loans?
No.
You're not.
I can tell you this. It's not $1.2 trillion.
No.
But
it's probably a lot, Barrett.
But $1.2 trillion was basically what was forgiven under the PPP.
Sounds like Ukraine money.
So
I don't. It's all about that.
I don't think we're in the trillions on Ukraine. I think we're in like maybe the hundreds of billions, like low hundreds of billions.
It's not debt; it's a gift.
Tomato.
Or when Elon went to the EU and was like, "How much is it going to cost to end world hunger?" Oh, I don't like your plan. I'm gonna go buy Twitter for 44.
Correct. Very accurate.
So for Elon, it was the difference in providing potential technology that would feed everybody on the planet.
Yes.
Or
He's like, I liked when slurs were on the internet. Let's do that again.
what we need is more internet racism.
hard R's.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of hard R's.
Remember when you could say the N-word on Twitter? It's fantastic.
So just to point out, some have tried to state that the student loan forgiveness and the PP loan forgiveness cannot be equivalent because if a business took the loan, they used it for payroll, then there was always the assumption that that loan was going to be forgiven. And what a lot of the people that were against the idea of student loan forgiveness, the reason they're against it is because we took out student loans knowing we'd have to pay them back.
Right.
So it's that little caveat that, well, you knew you were going to have to pay it back.
Let's bring it back to Jesus. He knew he's going to be a sinner, but he still forgave you.
And Sally Mae was always calling, so you knew that she wanted her money back.
Not only that,
Sally Mae
not only that, but if you take out even if you take out a student loan now, so the cost of education has exploded because of the amount of money that student loan you can get in student loans. So they've taken advantage. It's completely predatory.
Yeah,
and I think
biggest scam on the earth.
And when you look at the fine print, there is a way to get out of it. It's called death.
Yeah, because you used to be able to file bankruptcy to get out of student loan debt, and you can't do that now because they basically Sally Mae and whoever, basically these firms that are holding the trusts on this debt, they have lobbied to end. It's
just know that there are people out there who have taken 6-figure student loans for a degree in masters in divinity.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I'd be embarrassed.
You're going back like, you did what? Didn't you not read it? That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. My God. Yeah, I know someone who did that, and I'm just sitting back still going like, dude.
You're going to have to explain that to me.
To be a pastor and you spend 6 figures to be a master's of divinity.
Oh, okay.
You know how many churches get started just by a guy like, God talked to me, and I think I got it. Let's do this. Good night.
That's the basis of most Pentecostal churches.
Let's put some oil on some heads.
There's a reason all these churches pop up, and it's some dude named Dave. Like, he had a revelation. He told everybody about it.
In fact, when he dies, he needs one more miracle before they canonize him.
Exactly.
This would have been 1,000 years ago. You'd have been burned at the stake.
Exactly.
Correct.
Oh, trust me.
Correct.
Between Zach and I can't believe I don't have more churches showing up at the door.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah. Sooner or later, we're going to have an egging. That's going to happen.
I'm
You're
really
gonna egg the studio.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping what this turns into is business for the studio, so that they get more like that they get like religious pastors and coming in here and doing their podcasts.
I will fist fight the First Street Baptist Church. We will do this.
Do like those people do that make whole channels about it, where they have like people in and they tell them it's one thing, but really it's just making fun of what they believe in
Correct.
or whatever they're going on about.
Yeah,
The best troll of what's that?
Walter Math.
The Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh.
They were out protesting some event saying God hates fags, all that awful shit. Dave Grohl comes on by with his band on a big box truck that's just open, and they start playing the funk. He's like, I think we should love everybody. And just sit there, and you can't hear him anymore. He's like, just singing with like a choir and everything. I was like, yes, more Dave Grohl, less of everything else.
And then of course, if you watch the whole video, like the police wind up pushing their truck down the road.
Yeah, we'll move it, but come back around.
It's,
Traffic just has to flow. You can go slow. People do that. Yeah.
So in another Supreme Court decision that was rendered, I guess, last week, this has to do with the ending of affirmative action for universities and colleges.
Because that was a problem, wasn't it, guys?
Big
that
problem.
was a huge problem for everybody.
So genuinely, do you all feel as though affirmative action is still necessary for? And the reason I'm going to ask this question is because apparently an ABC poll came out saying that most Americans believe that affirmative action is no longer necessary. I'm just going to tell you that poll, it was only 51% of the people they polled
We only
made
need
a
1,000
majority,
people to do it.
made their majority. They didn't call it. They called it a majority. They didn't say it was a very close majority. It
Bear,
was,
you know, they don't tell everybody when the voting starts.
that is.
Have you ever not gotten the job and been like, if I was black, I would have gotten this? It's never happened. I had it happen the opposite way. I knew someone who played baseball for Benedict, and we played baseball, and he was like, "You should come out and play.
I don't know, man.
You'll get a scholarship just because you're white."
Well,
I've heard this.
if we're being 100%, if you guys, either one of y'all would have went to Allen or Benedict, y'all could have got a minority scholarship.
It's not wrong, but then that is you. How do you live with yourself?
or South Carolina State. Like,
Yeah, South Carolina State gives you minority scholarships.
I was like, dude, I can't.
so basically, the Supreme Court set new limits on affirmative action programs in cases involving whether public and private colleges and universities can continue to use race as one factor in student admissions. The court held in the opinion for the conservative majority written by Chief Justice John Roberts that Harvard and UNC's admissions programs violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. I didn't know that most of these conservatives recognize the 14th Amendment, so I'm impressed that he drew that one out.
Mississippi didn't know the 13th until 2007, I think it was.
Yeah, so the court, to paraphrase, said, "We disagree that some races and some genders deserve a leg up in the selective process to attend universities and colleges, despite the overwhelming evidence that other races and genders have an ingrained advantage already in virtually every other sect of business and education, despite the denials."
Was there any dissenting opinions on this?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Was it
three of it was the three
black people?
No, the three. Please, where do you think Clarence Thomas felt on this one?
Yeah, no, I was hoping maybe.
I want to know what Tim Scott felt about it.
Do you?
Yeah.
You want Tim Scott's opinion on something?
Email your congressman.
Yeah. Need to know that.
Yeah, no, the liberal judges that hold a 3, they had a dissenting decision on that. So I ask again,
Clarence Thomas, what the hell?
Does anyone here feel as though affirmative action is unnecessary anymore?
No, I think there's definitely a disparaging, and I saw the graph earlier, and I'm not going to lie, it took me a minute to realize how this graph worked when I watched it. But it was the amount of disparity between races and white people that just go to these schools is humongous.
Yeah.
Still.
Well,
Native Americans, Latinos, black people, it's all of it.
I saw a statistic that showed and maybe you're talking about the same thing. There was a statistic of the number of people in colleges and universities based on race, and blacks made up. I want to say it was like 5%.
Was it what Noah Lujan shared?
Well, that makes sense because it's what blacks like make up like all together 13 or 14%
of the population.
5% of us in college. Yeah, we're gonna need to get into those colleges that we want to get into.
I don't think there's equal representation here.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, that just doesn't make no sense. I mean, like it's like out of all the things that could have been like discussed this week, y'all chose that. I didn't even know that was a problem with y'all.
Oh,
who's
affirmative action?
Yeah, affirmative. I didn't know that was even on the bill. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that was passed, like.
I didn't know they were doing it.
Yeah, I was like, what? When did y'all have a problem with that?
Exactly.
My opinion on affirmative action is I think that as long as you're going to have applications to universities and colleges that still ask you what your race is or what your gender is, then what's the point in having those on there if you're not going to even, if there's no judgment going to be made based on that? But see,
that's every job application though.
Exactly.
They ask you what your race is, and they choose based off your race before you even get in there if they're going to call you to come in there for an interview.
Well, for what it's worth, Trent, I do put black, and they are surprised.
Well, I put black too, and when I walk in, they say, "Oh, Trenton Clark."
Like, what?
What? Like,
that's a white guy if
You're
ever I've heard
man,
it.
they're ready to hire me as soon as they hear Trenton Clark.
My real first names are Alonzo. They're like, there it is.
There it is.
Well, so
yeah, it's crazy, man. I just don't understand like how we got to the place where they felt like, because like the percentage of white people in the United States is what, like 60%, right? It's like you gotta make about 60.
So if you're gonna go with white people, then what you really need to go
Full
is
white.
Protestant or Anglo-Saxon.
Okay.
European.
Say it with your chest, Barry.
I'm an Anglo-Saxon.
Anglo-Saxon. Said no one ever.
I don't think that's true. I think there's a good possibility.
Oh yeah, never mind. They won't replace us. All right.
Because that used to be a thing. Like everybody would,
Everybody was Anglo?
No, everybody would say, I'm a WASP. I'm a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant protester.
I never heard of that.
You've never heard of a WASP?
Yeah,
WASP. That was a big
I've heard of the
thing.
Proud Boys though.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are WASPs.
Jesus.
But yeah, ultimately, so if they're no longer going to use, or if they're no longer going to have any sort of affirmative action as far as like, this percentage needs to be percentage of either minority or gender, if that isn't a deciding factor, then ultimately these applications all need to drop the gender requirement or
don't
you don't have to disclose
Don't
that.
ask. Yeah.
I just want to know is like construction companies going to use white people now instead of Mexicans.
Man,
I just need to know that.
I will tell you this.
Because houses would take years to build.
Well, if you really, they took our gerbs of schooling right now. Like no one was going like, rejection letter says you're white. Look, shit.
And on top of that, what school? While we were in high school, they got rid of the carpentry class. They got rid of the plumbing class. They got rid of the working on cars class.
No, they didn't.
They did after we left.
No,
After we did, yeah. It's not in schools no more.
They don't have any of the vocational.
There you go. There you go.
My dad taught that class.
Yeah,
He taught it in college.
Yeah, but he went and taught them too. Like he would come from Midlands Tech and teach shaping kids.
That's what I'm saying. But they used to have these classes in every high school at
Yeah,
one point
they
in
should
time.
vocational jobs to go get a technical degree in doing these.
And they got rid of all that and put computers in front of our faces. And now the computers are taking our jobs. So what was the point of putting computers in our faces? They were going to take our jobs originally.
Did the computer take your job?
I mean, eventually a computer will. I mean, as Amazon, technically. Yeah.
Computer didn't take a job at Amazon.
Yeah, it did.
I know why you don't work at Amazon, Trent. They want a computer.
Well, it's a little bit of weed, too. But, we ain't got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. God damn it. Snitching?
You know what these computers don't do? Smoke weed in the parking lot.
I guess you got a point. It wasn't in the parking lot. It was on the way to work. All right, man. Stop snitching, Zach. God damn.
Spray better.
Yeah. Damn. They gave me a mouth swab as soon as I got there. So it was actually because I was trying. They were actually about to make me Amazon full time.
You didn't have to tell us.
But Zach told on me, so I gotta let him know. Yeah.
No, they weren't either, Trent.
That's really what it was for. That's what it's for.
All right, we'll go into that later because
I can call Ambria
I was
right now because
still
she
there
got
and I know it
fired.
didn't
She
happen.
got fired with me.
I know. I was there when I didn't get fired. I know what happened the rest of the time.
But that's what I'm telling you. We were both about to be Amazon full time. The reason why we went into that office was because we had the paper in front of us to sign, and they was like, okay, for you to be Amazon full time, you have to take another mouth swab.
Because when that happened, I was working for Amazon.
Correct.
Direct. Okay, I was thinking about the first time.
Yeah, we were.
Shout out SMX.
We was SMX, and it was kind of like a what's it called?
Temporaries.
Temporary. So basically, we did so good that they wanted to make us Amazon full time, but they just called us on a fucking random Monday and was like, "Hey, we need this drug test. Come on in here at 10 o'clock."
And thank you, computers.
It's kind of them.
And we smoked on the way to work, man. Fuck this up.
Well, you shouldn't have been fired
on
for
the way
smoking
back
weed.
from work.
Yeah, on the way home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. We finished that blunt.
Ain't no sunshine when she's
Well, technically,
gone.
we went back to work, and then they called us like the following week and was like, "Hey, you can't come back in because you failed your drug test."
Oh, I thought you had to leave that day.
Nah, because it was mouth swab.
Yeah,
So it takes a while. They had to test
That's
it.
ridiculous.
Send it off.
First of all, let me just say.
I'm gonna just tell you, I got pulled over too, so we ain't gonna talk about that. That happened Monday,
Now you've opened the door. Please tell us, Trent.
July 3rd, man. I got pulled over.
Don't tell us.
I got, oh man, I don't know. He pulled me over and he was like, so I was up front with him. I had the weed with me. I was like, man, I got weed in here. I was like, I work at a CBD stand, so I have gummies too. He was like, all right, well, I think you're being straight up with me. Just step out the car. So he got out the car and searched the thing.
He goes, I
He
bet you're gonna eat all this
took
whole
all
bag.
he took all my weed stuff, basically, all the paraphernalia. And he took the gummies because he said he couldn't prove that they were CBD. So I was like, all right.
This was recently?
This was July 3rd.
This was Monday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
First of all, I'm just gonna
$650 ticket.
So
$450 ticket for the drug paraphernalia.
here's
on top of that.
Here's the thing. The biggest problem I have with that
I thought we were cool.
And then they took my weed. I'm like, let me keep my shit then. If you're gonna give me a ticket.
If you're gonna have to pay a fine,
let me
just
keep my shit.
yeah, that's insane. That is still one of the most.
You're pulling away and you're watching him just empty the gummies. He's like,
Should have shitted on the motherfucker, man.
was he Lexington, Columbia?
Oh, it was
Richland?
Lexington, man. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah,
so
Lexington
not only did they pull you over, they didn't know you had drugs. You know why they pulled you over?
Oh yeah, man. Because for some reason I had my hat cocked to the side. I don't know why I did that, but I think that's what gave me away.
I don't want to say the Lexington.
when you
Sheriff's
drove off, did you
Department.
go like, I'm fighting this?
No, I'm not fighting it. I'm just gonna show up to court. The guy was nice. He was like, man, we're gonna test it. If the gummies test out CBD, we're gonna drop that charge. He said you're just gonna have to pay the $650. I was like, all right, whatever, fuck it.
I'm just gonna say
I'm still gonna smoke them. I'm still
Preying
gonna
on that
smoke.
supplier that they're
Oh, yeah.
truthful.
It was only 5 grams. I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
I
let
hope-
me keep this shit.
I hope when you go to court, they're like, we had to fire that officer. He was high as shit when he pulled out of the station.
I hope so too. Oh, he don't show up because he took the gummies that morning.
He's like, they weren't CBD, but I don't have anymore.
So the last thing I was going to bring up was the Supreme Court ruled last week that a Colorado graphic designer has the right to refuse to create websites for same-sex marriages. And this wasn't designed to put any pressure on you guys. This was I didn't bring it up hoping that there would be a proposal,
But you had it in
which
your
would have been
notes.
epic. Like
Don't
Josh
do it here,
is paying
don't do
no
it here.
attention to what I'm saying.
That's like, I hear you, but I'm.
We actually probably have an opinion you're not expecting us to have.
Oh, well, no, and that's fair.
We would love to hear it.
But basically,
on, Mike.
Just to
Come
give
on,
you the
Mike.
facts, basically the Supreme Court ruled that it is perfectly fine for a company to deny services to someone based on their social or religious beliefs, further strengthening the bond and dependency on both church and state and church. So essentially, what happened is there was a couple that was denied service based on the fact that they were same sex, and this made it all the way to the Supreme Court. So first of all, I'm just going to say this. I feel like the Supreme Court should be making decisions on things that are more important than somebody saying they're not going to make a website for somebody else. It just seems like a waste of the Supreme Court's time.
I also heard the same story about a cake too.
Yep.
Well, that happened that was in Texas, I think. And honestly, it's happened.
They didn't
here.
want to put 2 men on the cake for some reason.
It's happening here in South Carolina.
2 fucking figurines. Like, what the fuck is the difference? Like,
I stand on principle, goddammit.
like if I, me as a DJ, if I would be like, no, I'm not DJing your wedding because you're gay. You know how much money I would lose?
And that's our point. That's kind of how we think about it too.
Yeah.
Because we're each our own individuals.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you disagree with it morally, if you disagree with it systemically.
Correct.
I'm not giving you my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I would rather
but
know
when it's
that
codified into
spending my
law.
money at places that like me.
Yeah, absolutely.
People like me instead of all these gay people out here making all a rant about it. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Yeah.
You just know where you don't spend your money now, and then those businesses are going to go under because gay people, the LGBTQ plus whatever, all that, they have so much money and buying power in like the U.S. and all around the world, really, except for I guess where it's illegal to be gay still. But
even then, they still got power there. But it's just sacred power, basically.
Yeah, but that's a great point. Take it to somewhere that's going to, one, welcome you with open doors, and then make the money off of it. Let's not die on the hill of the bigots because, like you said, once they realize that people are acting that way, then no one's going to want to go there. And they're going to have their lesser base of people that will go there.
So that was where I was going to go with this. So basically, if a company can pass judgment on clients based on their opinions of morals, then they are allowed to deny service to those that judgment is being passed. That was basically what the Supreme Court said. So to this, I say, fucking boycott. Yeah. Like, let the
Or just not even spend money. You don't even got to boycott. That
No.
Boycotting is just too much time.
No, but
just don't spend your money there. Like you said.
That's what I'm saying. Let the free market system eliminate these companies from existence by basically not spending your money there. Yeah. If the community feels that the company is right to be bigoted against any individual based on their opinions of what morally right and wrong is, then they will get to stay. So if this company has a huge base of clients in Colorado, then they get to stay. But ultimately, they are doing themselves a disservice by picking and choosing what they're going to find judgment on.
See, that only works in like small towns. I feel like if they was in California
It wouldn't
or
happen.
New York,
I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. No business would dare do something like that in California or New York because they know the money that they would lose.
Yes.
Well, and to think about it, say it went the other way. You going to want that cake?
yeah.
Oh,
At this
yeah,
point,
you know, yeah.
A begrudging hate cake?
I would rather know somebody's gonna make my cake with hate than a guess. You get what I'm saying? Like,
you didn't see.
I
do
don't
they
want a
like
hate
me or
just
no?
down the
Don't
street?
want a hate cake.
Just down,
Yeah.
just down the street. You didn't see KKK cakes?
No, I did not.
They're going to be like, we made your cake with platypus eggs. I'm like, I don't know if that's how you make a cake.
They're sticking burning crosses
No,
on the
no,
cake.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck no.
Why
man.
is the groom head down? What the fuck is this? What the? Just, like sit there and just jam them into the sides of the cake.
Like those messed up Barbie cakes.
Yeah.
exactly.
21-year-old girls do.
Yeah.
Come on,
That's what we
man.
should do is open a cake shop that specifically makes bad looking cakes.
Yeah,
like
that works.
Like
Oh my god. No, we love everyone who comes in the door. We just really bad at cake.
our cakes they taste good. They just you wanted a turtle, you got a whale.
They're straight back there
Congratulations.
trying to do the icing trenches like,
So ultimately, my hope is that there would be more people that are frustrated by situations like this where the Supreme Court is rendering decisions on things that, frankly, I don't think ever should have made it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And
Well,
isn't
you're-
it supposed to be a separation from church and state? Like, you're not supposed to have your religious or personal.
Except under
in the Johnson Amendment, you're not even supposed to fucking talk about it at church, but they are.
it is
And they bring up God every time.
yeah. I mean, you got
Like every time.
It's like
Like
that's
when
the
they
way you
pray
do
in there, whenever they talk about how they feel, but you're like, damn,
it. Imagine
you
someone
really-
come up and was like, "Oh, you're praying over here? Get out."
yeah.
Yeah, dude, yeah, they would lose their minds.
yeah.
I just so I'm being completely fair. Democrats are also guilty of pulling the God card as well.
Oh, 100%.
So
I was talking
it's-
about politicians
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah, when Biden says, I'm just rolling my eyes. I'm like, dude, just talk about Scranton again.
Roll over already.
the Electric City.
So
Me
okay.
and Kicky Pop went down the street and we were playing jacks. They hustled the whole neighborhood.
So it wouldn't be the All About Nothing podcast if I didn't at least share this next video because this actually
We're all about them aliens.
Yeah.
I've been eating UFO stuff up lately.
right. Okay, so this was a video that I'm gonna go ahead and play, and you might have to adjust the volume down a little bit because it gets loud. So obviously, what that looks like is either a shooting star, but it's not really going very quickly.
It stops and
I
breaks.
just saw this today.
Yeah. Not only does it break apart, the speed is inconsistent,
Oh, that's the Transformers movie.
They stop.
and then some of them stop. Now, I would have assumed watching this video, based on my knowledge of photography and video editing, that they wouldn't dare allow for these things to go behind any trees.
Those are drones.
Dude,
Watch.
Like the drone
Watch this.
fireworks show.
Watch
Yeah.
this. You see the one off to the right on the bottom? It's going to go behind that tree. And I get that this is something that somebody could have created.
well, and if they
But-
were flare, well, one just came back. I thought for a minute maybe they could be flares, but flares don't do that.
It's almost kind of weird how it outlined the tree, though.
Yeah, it really did outline the tree. You seen that? Yeah, I seen that too.
But this other one will dip down.
And like they're all following the same line.
This other one dips down below that tree line.
So yeah, the flare thing's kind of out because those ones are just moving back and forth to each other.
But watch, when it comes back up, you see them start to disappear. And the only reason that I think that video potentially has any validity to it is because the
It's from
shaking,
Florida?
the shake. Well, no.
I'm not totally convinced it's not flares.
It's the shaking.
I think it's
of-
drones, man.
It's the shaking of the camera and the fact that even in the back and forth the movement of the camera, they stay in the same positions. So they were
better
fixed.
than the Britney Spears editing. They do.
Correct.
Cody, have you ever seen Starlink in the sky?
No.
Oh my god, dude! I was like for sure. I'm like they're here, the aliens.
Yeah.
Starlink
the
is a satellite
satellites.
system.
Yeah, that
They're
Elon
supposed to give
Musk
us
put up.
free internet, but we never got it, right?
It was never going to be free unless you were like in certain areas.
Yeah, if you were in Ukraine or
But when you see it, it looks like it's like maybe let's say 50 lights all together, and they're moving like that. Like you instantly see it, and you're like, okay, this is weird.
The world's ending.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so speaking of
clearer
that-
minds prevailed. I was like, yeah, I think it's Starlink. Like, it's not UFOs, so I took off my tinfoil hat and started Googling.
Speaking of that, like we was talking about the Titan from last week, right? Okay, so I just needed to know, right? Why go deeper than what a Navy submarine goes?
Submarine has no need to go deep.
That submarine had been down there multiple trips before that.
That's what, but I wasn't saying that. I was saying like if the Navy doesn't go that high, that's like if NASA doesn't do something, I'm not about to do what NASA doesn't do. Well, so if the Navy's not going that deep down, why do I take myself deeper than what the Navy feels is safe?
Listen, NASA also doesn't launch Teslas into space. Like, people gonna go do shit.
Guess you got a point.
To get us to all turn our heads so they can do these laws.
Yeah.
And I think
that's exactly what
I think also
distraction.
You are right. And last week it was like I don't think they were supposed to tell us that they heard. Like I don't think they were supposed to tell us that they can hear underwater.
One of the things I got out of that.
You get what I'm saying? Like that was like, whoa, y'all can hear underwater?
That was one of the things like I saw, which was that there was a guy on TikTok discussing the fact that now we know that even though the entire ocean is not mapped, even though there are things about the ocean that we don't know, we do now know that the Navy has the ability to map literally the entire ocean from sometimes 500 and 600 kilometers away.
Oh, yeah.
And has the ability to map everything. So
that shouldn't surprise you.
It shouldn't. And
it's definitely surprising, only because it's like, okay, have you ever been in water, like underwater, and you'd be like, it's harder to hear when you're underwater.
Well, no, sound actually travels very well underwater.
So if I'm yelling in a pool, I'm gonna hear you, but I'm not gonna be able to hear you clearly.
Well,
but if you had a megaphone blasting sound out of a speaker, you would hear
also, but this isn't a megaphone. This is a megaphone catching the sound.
So here's different. So here's the situation. Our ears are not designed to hear underwater.
Correct.
We don't have that we are not biologically set to be able to hear the way like whales communicate underwater.
And dolphins and stuff like that. Yeah.
Whales can communicate from hundreds of miles away apart.
Barnacle boy.
Aquaman. He's getting ready for that Soda City interview is what he's doing.
Yeah, I see what he's trying to do.
But so humans just aren't designed to be able to hear like that.
Correct.
We're not. So that's part of it. The fact that we have that our Navy has supersonic hearing devices, I was a little taken aback by that. Even though I just never considered it until the Navy was like, yeah, we heard those people die.
So
yeah, that's fucking crazy. Like, how do they know that was that? You get what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all know that?
Because it sounded like this.
This is why. Yeah.
If you turn your head, if you look out the right side of the head,
yeah, that's funny.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what? How do y'all know the difference between that and like a whale doing something? Like how can they determine that?
But the way it sounds, they've definitely had cataclysmic failures with their own stuff. Like, you're like, why does the Navy not go that deep? They probably did at one point. And they're like, you know what? It fails when we go past 1,000 feet.
This was a bad idea.
Well, why did NASA start off exploring the ocean and then not finish and try to get up to space?
Well, listen to this.
Because the down is where we're supposed to be going. Not supposed to be going up.
Do you remember what the original explanation for Roswell is officially? That it was a weather balloon, but technically they covered it up in the 40s because they had microphones on balloons listening to seismic waves in the thin atmosphere from Russia detonating nuclear bombs. So they wanted to be able to detect that. They listened to everything.
Yeah.
Even this podcast. You hear me, Biden? Talking to you.
All right.
You too, Hunter.
I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Cody, for coming in, man. You're a great guest, man.
Great.
Both of y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Josh. We appreciate you being on here too. That is going to do it for episode number 163 of the All About Nothing podcast. Thank you, Zach King. Thank you, Trent Clark. Thank you very much, Cody, for being here.
Hold on. How did you find us?
I was literally just looking all over Facebook and everywhere. I was like, podcasts in Columbia, creators in Columbia. And I was like,
were we the first one that came up?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
Okay.
Well, I was just scrolling.
Well, we was probably the best one. That's why he reached out.
And I was like, these look like the people that I could go on there and they would talk about something I could also talk about.
That's
Nice.
fair. That's fair.
We want to be those guys.
It sounds like you might have been on Columbia's best. So
Like reading the descriptions of all of them, definitely.
Nice, man. Thanks, man.
If you have any suggestions on what our description says, that would be terrific too. So.
And if you want to do some TikTok videos together so we can get our
Absolutely.
followers,
Absolutely.
just let us know.
All right. Links to all of our past episodes, podcast platforms, merchandise, and social media are available on our website, theallaboutnothing.com. And if you think our financial model of giving away free content and entertainment is silly and you're in the giving mood, why not support us financially by becoming an official Nothing? You can visit theallaboutnothing.com and click on our support link near the top of the page. You can also subscribe monthly at varying levels of membership tiers and click on the tips link if you'd like to just give a one-time. What are you doing?
No, I was just making sure I had my
Totally fine.
No.
He's kidding.
Oh, you thought about to put money in the cup?
Can I get a PPP loan?
$20 for the first month subscription.
So, if also you can join our Discord and join the conversation there. Please subscribe to the show. Links and also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Our TikTok is the All About Nothing podcast.
Follow us on TikTok, right, Barrett?
Yeah, on the TikTok.
On the
Yeah, thanks so much. I literally just alienated 95% of the people on TikTok.
He's like, you can watch my Pokemon collection.
Hey, look, you just lost 75 followers just now.
Thank
Bro,
you
that's
again.
all of them.
Thank you very much again, Cody, for being on. Again, links to Cody's social media is available on the show notes here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You all stay safe and have a week. The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by me, Bear Gruber, and recorded from the podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Lexington, South Carolina. GOT Sound Studio is owned and operated by Neek the Geek. Visit gotsoundstudio.com for details on studio rental, production, and engineering. Thanks to Cake for our intro music, Sick of You. You can follow everything Cake the band at cakemusic.com. Thanks to Muff the Producer for our outro music. You can follow Muff on Instagram at Muff the Producer. Thanks to Trent Clark, aka DJ Lonzo. Join him weekly at the venue in Columbia, South Carolina for the Saturday All-Star Drag Brunch and Sundays at the Review Drag Brunch. You can also contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com and on Instagram, TheRealDJLonzo. You can also phone him, 803-262-7982. Thanks to Zach King. You can follow him on Instagram at KingZach07 and on Twitter at CarolinaKing21. I am Barrett Gruber. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Barrett Gruber or visit my Linktree/Barrett Gruber. Want to support the show? Visit our page, theallaboutnothing.com, and become a member. There are several tiers available, including memberships that give you early access to episodes as well as exclusive content. Visit theallaboutnothing.com. To find links to our social media, merchandise, and past episodes, as well as other details, visit theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you can call and leave us a message. Dial 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is more than you can handle, check out our partner podcasts. Zach and I host What the Pod Was That with Carrie Simmons. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com for links and details. Ami takes a deep dive down the rabbit hole in episodes of Welcome to Wonderland. Available on all of your podcast platforms. As well, you should check out DJ Lonzo's Top 5. Available on all of the podcast listening platforms. Please subscribe and share the show. If you're on YouTube, please like and hit the notification bell. The All About Nothing podcast is a product of Bear Gruber Entertainment and Media. Thank you for listening.